All of us have been told either by our parents or maybe our doctors or even government or a kind random person that it's important to take care of our health. So, in this chapter, we're going to take a look at your healthcare rights as a EU citizen. Now, the history behind EU citizens' healthcare rights follows that of free movement rights very closely, since when you work and live somewhere, you also need to make sure that your healthcare is in order should you fall sick or maybe have an accident. The EU's cross border healthcare directive from 2011 allows individuals to receive medical treatment in another EU member state and have the costs reimbursed by their home country under certain conditions. So, if you need to get an operation, a surgery, your host country might send you to another country, another EU member state, and they will cover the cost for you. Now, we will be looking at how you get access to healthcare in your host country, the European healthcare insurance card, um, and sick leave. If you're planning to move to another EU country as a European citizen, be prepared to encounter different social security systems, including healthcare systems. Um, what you have to do depends on your personal situation. It depends on the length of your stay and the terms of your current health insurance. So make sure you understand your particular case before going abroad. In the EU, the country responsible for your social security and your health insurance depends on your economic status, meaning that it depends if you have a job or not, and also depends on the place of your residence. It does not depend on your nationality. Healthcare in your host country, um, as a EU citizen, you have the right to access the necessary healthcare services in the host member state under the same conditions as nationals of that state. This includes medical treatment that cannot wait until the individual returns to their home country in case they are abroad. So, if you are a national from one country and are traveling to another European country, and you have your blue card with you because you are insured in your country, in the country where you are a tourist, for example, you have the right to use your insurance from your from your home country. But this is only regarding the treatment that cannot wait until you return to your home country. If you reside in another EU member state, you are entitled to health care on the same terms as nationals of that country. This means that you have access to healthcare services that are provided to residents, including preventive and essential medical care. For planned healthcare, EU citizens can also benefit from the EU cross border healthcare directive from 2011 because this directive allows individuals to receive medical treatment in another EU member state and have the costs reimbursed by their home or host country under certain conditions. Let's say that you got pregnant, you are expecting a child, and you are living in another EU country. As an EU citizen, you can get maternity leave allowance, and now we're going to talk about Denmark. If you can check all three of these coming boxes. Uh, First of all, you have to be employed in Denmark on the first day of your maternity leave or latest the day before. A second box you have to check is you have to have worked for at least 160 hours in the last 4 months before taking maternity leave. And number three, you have to have worked at least 40 hours per month 3 out of the last 4 months. If you move to Denmark, then working hours outside of Denmark also count. So if you move to Denmark um, right before you want to get your maternity leave, you can count take in account the hours you've been working in another country. Um, yeah, let's go to this European blue card I've been talking about a bit before. Um, if you have health insurance in an EU country, you can ask your insurer for a European health insurance card. Uh, Shorted is EHIC, and that stands for European Health Insurance Card. And this should be given to you free of charge. Sometimes you can find it on the backside of your national insurance card. You can find the informations about your insurer. Uh, this card is proof that you are insured in an EU country. So if you're traveling to another European country and something happens to you, you can prove that you are insured in your home country, and then your home country has to reimburse the country that's going to treat you. But let's say that you want to use this card in a private healthcare center. You cannot use this card in a private healthcare center uh, if that healthcare center does not have any contract with the authorities. So, if a resident of that country has to pay to get healthcare in that center, you will also have to pay. Um, there are also some restrictions on this on the use of your European health insurance card. Nationals from non-EU countries cannot use their card for medical treatment in Denmark, Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway, and Switzerland unless they are refugees residing in an EU member state or are covered as family members of a European citizen. Your blue card, let's call it blue card, will not help you with rescue and repatriation if something happens to you and you cannot transport yourself back home. This card will not cover the cost for such things. And also, as I said, it does not cover private healthcare. You can only use it for healthcare from providers that are part of the public system. Your blue card does not cover planned treatment in another country. So you cannot say, okay, I'm having a problem and I'm not pleased with the system in the country where I'm residing, and I want to use my card for a planned treatment in another country. That doesn't work. Um, it's very, very important to get an extra insurance for traveling. Let's take an example to make things a bit more clear. Narcis, a Romanian national, went to Sweden on a skiing trip. On the second day of his holiday, he hurt his knee uh, while skiing downhill, and he had to be rescued off the mountain by the Swedish rescue services. When he got home, he received a large bill for the cost of his rescue. Narcis had to pay the bill in full, as search and rescue are not covered by the blue card. That's why it's very important to get a special insurance for traveling. Uh, if you fall ill while in another EU country, you are generally entitled to the same sickness benefits as nationals of that country. These benefits may include cash benefits for sickness, medical treatment, and any other benefits provided under the legislation of the country in which you are staying. If you require medical treatment during your temporary stay in another EU country, you can use your health card, the blue card, to access necessary healthcare services. This blue card covers medical treatment that becomes necessary during your stay, taking in account the nature of the treatment and the expected duration of your statement. Let's say that your employer gives you board and lodging as part of your employment. Then the authorities are obligated to continue to do this while you are sick as long as you are in their employment. Sorry, not the authorities, but the employer. If the sick leave is more than 14 days, the employer has the right to get more information on your sickness from your doctor. So he can say, okay, you've been sick for so many days. I would like an official document from your doctor saying that you are not able to work. The rules for sick leave in another EU country as an EU citizen are generally governed by the Social Security Coordination Regulation established within the European Union. The key instrument that addresses this issue is Regulation number 883 per 2004 of the European Parliament and of the Council of 29th of April 2004 and on the coordination of security and social systems. All this regulation, in conjunctions with um, EC regulations, they set out the principles for the coordination of sickness benefits and healthcare across EU member states.